Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a channeler and I'm here for a daily dose of hope, day 119. So I've been coming on for almost 119 days consecutively, but not necessarily. I think I missed 2 or 3 days somewhere along the line. But yeah, for the most part. um, so a daily dose of hope. If it's your first time here, what a daily dose of hope is just that. I was guided to come on to give a daily dose of hope, if I so desired, because the energies on our planet are starting to increase. And as they increase, things tend to get wackier and wackier and stranger and stranger. And for if you're not necessarily prepared for it, and even if you are prepared for it, it can throw you for a loop and it can knock you down sometimes. And so I'm just coming on to help us all like stay focused and, be able to ride these crazy waves. So I'm just doing my little part here. So, what a daily dose of hope usually is just a little bit of a talk about something that is going around, and then a channeling, and then a pocket of peace, which is um, a meditation, guided meditation. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, oh, I have to get his name again here, is I just discovered someone. His name is Dr. Terrence Palmer, and he put out these videos. He's still putting out videos. He's a psychologist, I think, and he deals a lot with clearing dark energies. And for me, I was just over the moon that, like, oh, look, there's this guy that's doing this stuff, and he's studying it, and he's gathering people together, and he has this really cool idea of now I don't remember the exact word that he used for it, but his whole thing was about creating these groups that would go to like hospitals and hospices and help all of the spirits that have not been able to pass over to pass over. And it was his belief that all hospitals and all hospices should have that sort of thing. And I thought, what a cool idea. What a revolutionary idea. What a fifth dimensional idea. um, what a wonderful idea. And it's just so great that other people are thinking of the same thing, because when I started doing clearing spaces, the only person that I'd ever heard of who was doing it was Anne Marie, the Art of Healing. And I learned from one of her videos. She was clearing, I think it was called Clearing a Dark Space. And that was the first time. And I didn't realize like I could do that. I had seen these dark places and I had been in them, but I didn't realize you could clear them. And it was just like that was the first time to hear about it. And now to hear that there's this whole community of people out there doing it, it's just like blew my mind. It's just amazing. So exciting. And I guess it was nice that I started out just doing it myself. So I learned my own kind of techniques as I went along in clearing. And then I did some research and everything like that as well. Basically, I just read anything I get my hands on about it, or see or read or watch, because it's fascinating to me. And I think it's a wonderful thing to be able to do, to be able to use your energies to help people. And so what I wanted to share today was, so Dr. Terrence Palmer, and also, yeah, Palmer. And he's got a YouTube site. Yeah, if you just look up Dr. Terrence Palmer, you'll find it. Very exciting stuff. And so another thing is that I was watching one of his playlists about clearing spaces and clearing entities, and he was talking. He has well, I think everyone in the group was a channeler, a medium, and that was pretty exciting as well. But one of the members, I guess, was the main kind of medium, and I didn't catch his name. I'm not sure if it was Gabriel or Brian. I'm not sure. If you are listening, I'm sorry. I couldn't catch your name in the videos, but I wanted to share a little bit about what you were saying, or what he was saying. If you are listening, yeah, thank you very much for the amazing channelings that you're doing. He channels a being called Chen, and Chen gave this wonderful thing that I really want to share, and give, so this is not my channeling. This is the man that works or has worked with Terrence Palmer's channeling. And so I'll preface this with the movie The Matrix, right? We've all, well, a lot of the younger generation hasn't seen the movie, but people of my generation have. Just for us, an aside, I just spill the beans. My birthday's coming up, and for the longest time, I thought I was turning the big 50 the big Hawaii 5-0 this year, but it's actually I'm just 1 year behind it. I was miscalculating the date, so I have like one more year before the big 5-0, the big Hawaii 5-0. So anyway, so yeah, so people of my generation, I guess, and older, have probably seen the Matrix, but the younger generation, right, the people in their 20s, unless they're really interested in it, they probably haven't seen it for the most part. Similar with Star Wars. Like for people in my generation, that's like, if you haven't seen Star Wars, you haven't lived. That was part of growing up, with Star Wars, but not anymore. It's kind of a niche thing now. Which is interesting. But anyway, the Matrix story was that humans were used as batteries to power this kind of, uh, I don't know if I think, yeah, it was, yeah, AI, artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence took over the world and put us in these pods, and then we imagined everything that we're experiencing, but we're actually just through our emotions we're powering this machine, right? And so yeah, so that's what that story is, and there's that's kind of the basic kind of overall thing, but there's a lot more to the real story of the Matrix that we live in. But it is definitely true that our energies are, yes, being harvested, and so whenever we, especially in these crazy times where we're in, where we get polarized to one side, that's just, yeah, um, that's the worst way to, or the best way to let your energy go away, to have someone take it, because once you get polarized, that's the exciting energy. But if you're neutral, no one wants the neutral energy, because that's just love, and you can't do anything with a love because it's too powerful. It's just light. It's just love, and so that's why the neutral point is so powerful and important in these times, to not get polarized. You can see all the polarization around you. This person's wrong. This person's right, and it's coming up, especially in the American media, which will be coming up in the rest of the whole world's media. This polarization is building up again, and it's important just to stay in the middle and just understand, oh, okay, there's two sides to every coin, and this is a very interesting polarization, and polarization is good for discernment, to look and try to figure out what's really going on. And so yeah, it's a lesson, but it's a kind of an advanced lesson, because I think the energies are going to start to pick up as they were yesterday. Yeah, I was able to kind of get more relaxed after that shamanic drumming that we did yesterday. But yeah, it's definitely what I'm seeing though, is like I felt the energies yesterday, but now I'm seeing them, like visualize, like things are happening outside of me. So I guess that's how it happens. But okay, so I'm blabbering on a bit, but the point I wanted to say is that this channeler who channels this man named Chen, so what he had said, I thought it was a wonderful parable, and thank you so much for this. I don't know your name, so I'm sorry, but thank you so much for that parable. And the parable is that he was talking about the energy that we create, that humans create, is considered like gold in the galactic thing, all around the universe. And so those people that are on the not so light side, sell our energy as, it's like gold. It can get so much. You'll Yeah, it's gold. And so every time we go into fear, every time we go into anger, every time we go, we're just feeding the machine. So that's one way of looking at it. So that's why it's so important to stay neutral and say, no, 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 no. You can't have this energy. This is mine. This is mine. That's not your energy. Um, and the analogy that he gave was cows, right? So a cow lives in the pasture and thinks everything's fine, doesn't really know what's really going on, and then the milk is harvested, and the cow doesn't know where the milk goes, but it's sold all over the world, and we as humans, like, we grew up drinking, right, cow milk, right? We are, and I think that was the thing. We're raised by cows. We're raised as, yeah, you get the point. So it goes down that kind of pathway. And I just thought, I knew about the energy, but I didn't realize that it's kind of silly of me, but I didn't realize that it can actually be like packaged and sold throughout the universe. I thought, wow, that's pretty interesting as well. And so the point I wanted to bring, though, for that is that in these polarized times, it's so important to be aware of your energy. Your energy cannot be taken from you without your will, in that sense. Um, So if you are aware of your energy, if you're aware of where your mind is at, if you're able to be aware of it, if you're able to overcome a lot of the yeah, the washing of the brain, um, then you're able to be in a sovereign citizen, a sovereign person on the world, and you can claim your own energy, because you would be surprised at how much energy you actually have. Um, then it's like I have, I have these reserves of energy, and I'm blabbering on. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to just a little bit more. So I teach guitar as well. And in my guitar lesson today, I was talking with one of my students, and she was talking about there's this what is it called? There's this supermarket or mall here in Japan that pretty much like came out of nowhere, and it's just, they sell like cheap things, and everything's really inexpensive, but low quality. And the store itself has kind of a low vibe feeling to it. Like when you go in, like all the aisles are really close together, and the music's really really loud, and there's lots of lights, and it just makes you feel really tired after you leave. And she was talking about that. And she said, "Oh, this place. It just every time I go, it makes me so tired." And I was saying, "Oh, yeah, me too. Of course, whenever I go to those places, and also some shrines and temples as well." um, and because they're taking your energy, harvesting energy, and that's the perfect place, a mall, right? Because you're pretty much in a suggestive state. You're in a hypnotic state when you go to the mall, with all the sounds and the smells, and you're just kind of like wandering around. So your subconscious mind is like wide open, and then you're experiencing all these things, and so it's really easy to take your energy. You have to be really, really aware of your energy. And but the funny thing I was talking about, and I've talked about this before, is that some people have a lot of anger, and have a lot of like this excess energy. And so it's not just the good energy, but it's all the energy is taken away. So like, for people who have like way too much energy or too much stress, or whatever, like that is also taken away as well. So it's funny how there's always a yin and a yang understanding of everything. So anyway, I think I've gone a bit too far, but I think it's good enough. It's far enough. Yes. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, and I thought that was very interesting. If you guys are interested in this sort of thing, I could guide you into different places that I've researched in this my own work with clearing places. But there's Dr. Terrence Palmer is a pretty interesting guy. Um, yes. So that's my spiel for today. I think I believe, I think I talked about this yesterday, is that, no, I didn't, but I believe that, I think, no, I think, Mary Magdalene Sanat Kumara was talking about it yesterday, that the groundwork, the actual 3D stuff, all of the stuff that's going on our planet, the actual clearing out, or the shining of the light into the darkness, is happening. But once that physical work is done, there's going to be also a spiritual clearing that is going to be necessary in all of these different places where different things have been happening. It's going to be really important to clear those places, and to help maybe some earthbound spirits that are trapped there to move on. And I think that's where we come in as well as. So part of this, I think, then this is just my understanding of it, this transition period we're in, is we're here to kind of help with the energy, and help with other people to go through this energy, to kind of be a little bit ahead of the curve, and to understand what's going on, so that we can help other people around us to not go too, to not worry so much, to not be too polarized about everything. I mean, of course people are going to polarize, but not too much, and if they know that there's another way of looking at us, we're here to give a different perspective, maybe. In addition to that, we're here to clear those spaces that need to be cleared. And you'll be called to clear the space. Whew, I'm talking way too much. So here we go. So I'm going to go into a channeling, and we'll see who comes through on this day of days, June 27th, 2024. So here we go. Hmm. Greetings. We are that one that you know of as Esmeralda. It's nice to meet all of you. Who we are is we are a mer creature, as you call us, mermaid, and we exist both on your dimension, well, on your planet in a higher dimension, and also on another planet as well. As most of you also have many different places where you reside simultaneously. And what we do for this being is we come in and we help to guide him. We've been his guide for a while. We've been a someone for him to communicate with, and we've been the one that's been helping him a lot through these difficult times for him as well, in these realizations of different things that are happening and things that have been hidden that become revealed. But what we would like to come on to tell all of you is that you are all wonderful beings of light, and that this process is just a process. You're going through a process. And if you don't understand a process, at times it can be a bit scary. It's just like the creative process as well. When you start something, if you have not created much as an adult, as a child on your planet, creation is very easy. You're able to draw pictures, you're able to make stories, you're able to do all of these different things. But as you have gone through your education and your system, these things become more and more difficult. And you would wonder why, and that is because you're trained not to, because that is um, a very powerful thing that humans are capable of, this ability to create. This ability of creation is not available to many different beings throughout the universe. This is a very unique, of course you're not the only ones that are able to create, but it is not available in the way that it is to all of you. You have so much power at your disposal, so much energy and so much ability to create such beautiful wonders, and that is why that is trained out of your system. That is why you are taught not to draw the pictures that you want to draw. You are taught to sit and at a desk and to do the work that you don't want to do, because if you draw the pictures, there will be no money. Because if you draw the pictures, there will be no money, and you will suffer and you will die and you will be lonely and you will go crazy. And this is what you're taught. Of course, this is not the case. If you start to draw the pictures, if that is in your heart, or make the music, if that is in your heart, or do the dancing, whatever it is that it's in your heart, you'll find that the opposite will happen. The opposite will happen if you follow your dreams, truly follow them, not in the egotistical way, but follow them. Draw that picture and then draw the next picture, and you will find that a pathway will lead open for you, a pathway that did not exist before. It'll be like walking through a wall. That door was not there before. It feels like if before I would have walked through a wall, but now there's a doorway there and it's open. I'm going to go through this door. And then the next picture takes you further, and you keep going with each picture. And that is how it works on your planet. And that is the creative process. And that is what it is there for you. It is to guide you to your heart's content. But you have come down here in this crazy, as this being says, wacky time where these things are taught out of you. And understand, though, if you have to go against all of the education that you've received over all of this time, it will be difficult. This creative process will be difficult. To start drawing again will be difficult, because all of the things that you have been taught will come up in your mind. All of those things that you've been taught to think, I am not good enough. This is not right. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be doing something to make money. I'm not a productive member of society when I'm doing this. All of these things will come up in your mind. And that is what you have to deal with now, after dealing with 12 or more years of education. And so, with this process, the creative process is also similar to the spiritual process. It is the same, one and the same. It is a place to grind your teeth. It is a place to sharpen your teeth. And so you, with the same notion, with this process, we start this process, it will be difficult, because you have to deal with all of the things that you have been taught. All of the things that you've been taught. So, for example, on the spiritual path, you'll be faced with all of the insecurities, with all of the things that the move. You can create something beautiful. So once you defeat all of these voices in your mind and overcome all of them and silence them and create something, you have that something that you've created, and you can look at it, and that something that you've created has shown that you have overcome one of the most complex matrices available on your planet just by drawing one simple picture. And that is the power that you have. And it builds, you build on this. That is the foundation. And you continue to build bigger and more beautiful things. And so, this process that you're going through now, as well, is a very intense spiritual process, similar to a creative process. And you have to understand it as such, that there will be ups and downs, and there will be voices saying that this is not this and this is something else. And you have to understand the ego's voices will come. And you just have to say, I understand. Thank you. Thank you very much for your input, but I am not listening because I understand that we are in a spiritual process. I have my eyes on the goal, on the prize, which is peace and which is love and which is true understanding. We are that one that you know of as Esmeralda. Whoa, that was pretty cool. Hey, Stefan. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Yeah. So, whew, that was intense. I didn't. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So today, I brought back by never mind. Okay. Hey, Patty. I was going to say by popular demand, I've brought back the drum. And if you guys are interested in drums, and you don't have a big budget, I recommend this guy. It's Remo fiber skin. It's the most inexpensive, and you don't have a big budget. I recommend this guy. It's Remo fiber skin. It's the most inexpensive one you can find, and it sounds good. And yeah, so if you're interested in those kind of, yeah, if you like drumming, and the cool thing about this shamanic drumming is anyone can do it. You just have to keep, just keep a relatively steady beat. You don't have to get louder, softer, and what it does is it entrains your mind into this rhythm, into this beat, which brings your brain down from the normal waking state into I think it was a beta, sorry, theta. I'm so theta 9, I think it is 4.8 hertz. So it brings you down to the place of healing, and so that's why it's really wonderful. And then also you can use it to do so many different things. For example, a pocket of peace, which we're about to do. So let's do a pocket of peace to help us understand this wonderful process that we're in, and help us just to enjoy the process, enjoy these crazy times. As Esmeralda always, enjoy the last vestiges of a third dimension. So here we go. I'm going to play this in the background. I'd like you guys to take a few deep breaths. So here you go. So take a deep breath and hold it in. All right, take another. All right, take another. Hold it for a bit. Yeah. All right, so I'd like you to imagine that you're surrounded by the light of unconditional love, this mist of unconditional love that surrounds you, and it makes you just feel like you're loved and you're perfect exactly as you are. There's nothing that you have to go, there's nothing that you have to do or worry about. You're just perfect exactly as you are. And, and you're also made of love, in love, making love, pure love. I'd like you to just feel this energy and then expand it out into your room, and expand it out into your town, into your country, and then out into the world. The whole world is covered with unconditional love. It just covers everything. And everyone around the world, you can imagine them just stopping what they're doing and saying, yeah, I feel good. I feel like I'm at home. I feel like I'm at the place where I need to be. I'm perfect, exactly where I am, exactly in what I'm doing. There's nothing that I need to worry about or regret. I'm in one of the most important times, and to just be And then just let's put that idea of that we're in this beautiful time, that we're in this transition, that we're in this beautiful time, that we're in this transition time. And we're just surfing. We're just enjoying the waves. It's just a day at the beach. Some of the waves are a bit bigger than the others, but we're still riding. And we understand that the shore is there and we're going to reach it at some point. Sooner or later, it's coming. It's fine. But we just ride the waves. Ooh, that was a big one. That wave was big. Oh, look at that one. Oh, I just missed that one. Ooh, that one knocked me down. I'm going to get right back on my board and I'm going to ride this love. Just ride this love, this train of love, this ocean of love, this ocean of peace. Just ride it and just feel that that's what you are. There's no reason to get down into this energy, get deep into it. Just ride on top of it, see that it's happening. You're just guiding it. You're just helping everyone else around. You're just showing them, look, you can surf it. You don't have to drown in water. You can surf it. Look at me. Yeah, just hop on your board. You got a board too. Yeah, just imagine everyone just saying, yeah, that's right. They just climb on this. It just feels wonderful. Just imagine the whole world, people all over the world saying, yeah, that's right. I don't have to get into this stuff. I don't have to get deep into this polarization. We can just ride around in these waves, the waves that it's creating. And woohoo! This is wild. Oh my goodness, look at that. What a great time to be alive. This is one of the most wonderful times to be alive. You're in the time of history books. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. You will be written up in history books. Your grandparents or your great grandchildren will be asking you and say, did you really live through that time? And you're like, yeah, I surfed right through it. It was beautiful. Beautiful? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this is a pocket of peace for all of you. Remember that you can, this is your pocket of peace. You can take this with you. You can listen back to it or you can recreate it yourself. These drums are cheap if you want. If you don't, just, yeah, and just know that this energy is there for you. You can just take it down, draw it down whenever you need it, or put it in your pocket and just take it with you. So, all right. So thanks, guys, for listening in. This has been Daily Dose of Hope, day 119. My goodness, time flies. My goodness, I can't believe it's 119 days. All right. So, Stefan, thanks, Patty. I hope you guys are hopeful. I hope everyone else is hopeful as well. Yeah. So, ciao, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow if all works well. Woo-hoo. Ciao.